Hi, we're about halfway through the 2011 legislative session and all focus has been on the state budget. Now, the state of Minnesota is currently on track to spend about $39 billion in the next biennium, but that figure results in a $5 billion budget deficit. A few weeks ago, Governor Mark Dayton unveiled his budget target, which is about $37 billion, and the governor's budget includes about $4 billion worth of tax increases. This week, House and Senate legislative leaders came out with their budget targets, and those are about $34 billion. Now, no surprise that the Republicans' budget numbers reflect a live within our means philosophy, and they are determined to balance the budget without raising taxes. Now, legislative leaders have instructed committee chairs to focus first on producing their budget bills, which means that committees will not be discussing just pure policy bills until after the March 25th budget bill deadline, which is all just a long way of saying that MADA's legislative agenda is a little bit on the back burner while we wait for committees to produce their budgets, which again will be complete by March 25th, and then these committees can focus more on processing policy bills like. As you know, service contract providers are required to register with the Minnesota Department of Commerce in order to do business legally in Minnesota. This week, Senator Ron Latz has introduced a bill that would prohibit motor vehicle dealers from selling a service contract from a provider who is not properly registered with the Minnesota Department of Commerce. In this week's legislative bulletin, I provided a link to the Department of Commerce website where you can go and check out which service contract providers are properly registered. It's probably a good thing to do from time to time. As far as Senator Latz's bill goes, it was just introduced. It is not currently scheduled for a hearing, but I do have a meeting with Senator Latz to discuss his intentions for this legislation. We're also working on a bill to simplify the collection of sales tax on paint and shop supplies. Currently, sales tax is collected on the purchase of paint and shop supplies at the wholesale level, and this bill would just exempt those purchases at the wholesale level and instead impose sales tax at the retail level. Now, this is a bill that actually passed the legislature last year, but unfortunately fell out of the final tax bill in the last few days of the legislative session. So we're working to get it through the legislature once again this year, with hopes that Governor Dayton will sign the bill. Finally, this week we say goodbye to Senator Ellen Anderson, who's been appointed by Governor Dayton to become the chair of the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission. Senator Anderson has been with the Minnesota Senate for 19 years, where she did a lot of work protecting the environment. But I'm also told that Senator Anderson is the first woman to ever wear pants on the floor of the Minnesota Senate, which is just kind of funny when you think about it. So good luck to Senator Anderson in her new role. There will be a special election April 12th to fill the vacancy created by her departure. As always, don't hesitate to call or email if you'd like more information on anything contained in this week's legislative bulletin.